Coral Springs, Florida, neighboring the legendary city of Miami and its beautiful beaches and magical lights. Also serving host to some of the greatest racket sports players in the world as they compete and battle in the inaugural Spec Tennis US Open. The broadcast starts now. Hello everyone and welcome to beautiful Coral Springs, Florida, just outside of the magic city of Miami. I'm Harry Chickma and we're here for the inaugural Spec Tennis US Open Championships presented by ASAP.com. Some of the greatest racket sports players in the world joining together for a cash prize and the honor of being crowned US Open champion. Now, this sport is innovative and exciting. The rules are just like tennis. 2 out of 3 set scoring. Sets are up to 4 games. There's no tiebreaker at 3 games all. You serve cross court. You have to be 4 feet behind the baseline when you're serving. And also, the ball moves really fast. They play on a pickleball court. You need agility and versatility. And of course, in doubles, it's all about teamwork. Let's head to the court, center court, for the men's doubles championship. Here we are, Harry Chickma, alongside my esteemed colleague, Nate Gross, the founder of Spec Tennis, and also this great event, the Spec Tennis US Open, as we are watching the finals, the premier event here on center court, the US Open Men's Doubles Championship. We have 2 great teams hailing from Florida, Jorge Yegres and Jorge Yegres Jr., taking on Tony Alzuru and Oscar Delgado. On the near side of the court, we have the Yegres family taking on Alzuru and Delgado on the far side.
Really excited for this match. I've seen both of these teams play. Very good energy from all the teams. Very good hands at the net. They get fired up, which I like. There's a lot of come-ons after the point.
And that first point didn't disappoint. How quickly is that ball moving off the racket of Oscar? Big serve there, a little bit too ambitious on that forehand, so we're all tied at 1.
Some players let the ball bounce before they serve, which is legal. You could also play it directly out of the hand as long as it's waist or below.
Big time return there. Tony with a huge forehand, drawing the error. Now 1-2. Remember, it's no ad scoring, so Alzuru and Delgado are 2 points away from an opening break. Fast-moving opening game here.
Just taking a minute for the Jorge to get their bearings a little bit, getting used to the speed that return's coming at them on their first volley. I think they'll get it.
Great serve, nice depth. So now 3-2 double game point for Yegres and Yegres Jr. And Nate, you played in the men's singles championship. How are the conditions playing out here on center court?
It's the best conditions of the weekend. I mean, we have a few clouds in the sky right now, but almost no wind. It's really good. I mean, couldn't ask for a better day.
Absolutely. Not too much humidity. Unbelievable. Jorge Yegres Sr. with the solid volley. As the opening game goes to Yegres and Yegres, they're up 1-love here as the championship has begun.
Let's see if Tony settles down here a little bit. I felt like he was just trying to power his way through those guys at the net.
Fantastic shot. Those angles are so priceless. Both these players know they're playing in the first ever nationally televised Spec Tennis event, so the pressure definitely riding high on center court. What reflex is there, Nate?
Just incredible hands by Junior right there. I mean, I couldn't even blink and that ball was already coming back over the net.
Well, love too. And you see the serves, I mean, many different angles. You can go in the body, you can go, knuckleball. That one was more of a knuckleball, taking the pace off it. Is that a good play?
Yeah, I like taking the pace off because you make the other guy provide their own pace and also gives you a little more time to get to the net, which seems to be both teams' strategies here. And there's quite a fine line between, you know, hitting a bad return that the other team hits a winning volley on, or threading the needle there. So you see the missed return, it's, you know, often a result of, you know, they really a lot of pressure to hit a good return.
Tony, they're doing a great job on the serve and volley, taking the angle away from the Yegrises. 2-all. Now double game point here. You can hear Oscar pumping up his teammate. Like you said, there's no shortage of emotion out here on center court. Oh, what a put away. Now here we are.
Amazing lob there. Put Tony into the back fence. I'm surprised he even made that shot. That was incredible.
3-all, game point. And there's the game. So we're all tied at 1. Well, thanks to Tommy Angel and ASAP.com for making this all possible. The Spec Tennis US Open Championships. I was just in the TV booth, national televised broadcast, and you ordered my pizza. Thank you so much.
Well, of course, man. It's fun. Isn't it beautiful out here? It's gorgeous. It's a blast. And what's wrong with pizza, man? Nothing wrong with pizza.
The thing is, tell me about ASAP.com. It's not only pizza. You can order a lot of things. So tell me all about this.
Absolutely, yeah. So basically, we're a food delivery service, and we can deliver anything from food, different things from grocery stores, anything from liquor stores sometimes, you know, as well. But, you know, the most part of all is that we're local. We're here on the ground right now, you know, in South Florida.
But you're also in 39 other
states.
states.
We're in 39 other states right now, yes, absolutely. ASAP.com.
So here I was, you know, doing the announcing, and all of a sudden my pizza comes. So tell me about really the process if you want to order from ASAP.com.
Absolutely. You take one of these promo codes right here, scan this QR code, you download our app, okay? Make an account, and you just pick for whatever's around you, and you'll see everything you can imagine around you.
Unbelievable. I really want to eat this pizza, but also I want to thank ASAP.com, helping to make the US Open possible here with Spec Tennis. This sport's on the rise. I know ASAP.com is also on the rise.
Absolutely. We can't appreciate y'all enough. Thank y'all so much.
Hey, it's a pleasure. Let's go enjoy this pizza and go hop on the courts here. ASAP.com, Spec Tennis US Open. Is this not amazing, Nate? I mean, is this not the vision you had when you created Spec Tennis 6 years ago, to see this athleticism?
This is really exceeding expectation, to be honest.
$2,500 prize. National TV audience. Yegres Jr. serving, up 1-love. And that was a gimme. He just was so close to the net, but
both
tough.
teams still missing some volleys that I don't think they're going to miss later in this set.
One serving 2. Big point here for both teams. Oh, help from the net, and now 1-3, so we have 3 break points for Delgado and Alzuru. Big opportunity to open things up in the opening set.
That was just unlucky. I felt Jorge had the advantage in that point to win, but then it hit the net cord, and it's really tough to react to that when you're expecting the ball to come at a certain speed and it doesn't come at that speed.
And that volley sails long, so the break is in the hands of Delgado and Alzuru. They're up 2-1 here, serving in the far court. Excellent backhand volley. Had so much angle on that one. 1-love.
I do like the play of the lob return, though, in that situation, because Tony's rushing forward. You make him turn around and go for an overhead right away.
What a volley. Right in between his opponents, taking the angle away to Love. Oof, just missing. They didn't like that call, but it was just out. Now we have 4 game points to consolidate the break and go up 3-1 here in the opening set. And there it is, a big time overhead. So 3-1, Alzuru and Delgado in control, 1 game away from taking this first set.
And Jorge had that shot on his racket, even though Tony hit a good overhead. I think Jorge can make that shot. Just didn't quite find the center.
But Yegres there with a solid volley of his own, keeping the pressure on. 1-love.
I like Tony's forehand a lot. If I were him, I'd run around that backhand return, just a couple steps, try to take a forehand every time there.
Wow. Tony thought that one was going out, but Oscar, no mercy on that with the put away right in between the Yegreses. We're all tied at 1 here in this game.
Sometimes when you get going with that intensity, you can't let a ball go, and that was probably that situation there. He saw that high ball, he just wanted to end that point.
And the way you constructed this is great. Every point is so valuable. No ad, sets up to 4. You don't play a tiebreaker at 3 games all, so anything can happen here. Oh, what athleticism. Yegres Jr. taking a 2-1 lead off that put away.
That one was very close on the serve, close to being called out. So I think Jorge got pretty lucky that serve wasn't called out, and then they had that overhead opportunity.
2-1 here serving. Down 1-3 in the first set. Oh, unbelievable backhand winner.
That was honestly the fastest backhand I've seen of the tournament go in the court.
How do you keep that ball in there? It's so hard to generate the spin.
It's just very low margin above the net, and then just a little bit of spin to bring it down.
And Yegres Jr. answers. So now 3-2 serving, and we've seen 2 forceful shots in this game. 3-2, double game point here for the Yegreses. And there it is, 3 in a row. Both these teams, like you said, getting their rhythm now as they win that game.
That was really good from Jorge because they didn't let off at all. Being down 3-1, probably disappointed. They played the best game of the match right there.
Well, here we are, Tony serving in the far court, up 3-2.
Very good eye by Tony. That one's that mid-height ball that's hit with some spin and fast. It's hard to know whether to let that go or play it.
So serving for the opening set here. And that one's long, so we're all tied at 1. This is truly crunch time, money on the line in front of a national TV audience.
Good show of athleticism from Jorge Jr. on that one. His knee almost touched the ground on both of those forehands.
Unbelievable, 2-1, 2 points away from this opening set. If you're just joining us, I'm Harry Chickma alongside Nate Gross, the founder of Spec Tennis at this US Open Championship in South Florida. 2 points all. And here it is, double set point, 3-2. Alzuru and Delgado taking the net away from their opponents. Pressure on Yegres Jr. here receiving. And there it is, that's that serve we talked about as Alzuru and Delgado take the opening set 4-2, but we're playing 2 out of 3 here. Alongside Nate Gross, I'm Harry Chickma. We'll be right back with second set action from the Spec Tennis US Open. Well, thanks to Tommy Angel and ASAP.com for making this all possible. The Spec Tennis U.S. Open Championships. I was just in the TV booth, national televised broadcast, and you ordered my pizza. Thank you so much.
Well, of course, man. It's fun. Isn't it beautiful out here? It's gorgeous. It's a blast. And what's wrong with pizza, man? Nothing wrong with pizza.
The thing is, tell me about ASAP.com. It's not only pizza. You can order a lot of things. So tell me all about this.
Absolutely, yeah. So basically, we're a food delivery service, and we can deliver anything from food, different things from grocery stores, anything from liquor stores sometimes, as well. But the most part of all is that we're local. We're here on the ground right now, in South Florida.
But you're also in 39 other
We're in
states.
39 other states right now. Yes, absolutely. ASAP.com.
So here I was, doing the announcing, and all of a sudden my pizza comes. So tell me about really the process if you want to order from ASAP.com.
Absolutely. You take one of these promo codes right here, scan this QR code, you download our app, okay? Make an account, and you just pick for whatever's around you, and you'll see everything you can imagine around you.
Unbelievable. I really want to eat this pizza, but also I want to thank ASAP.com helping to make the U.S. Open possible here with Spec Tennis. This sport's on the rise. I know ASAP.com is also on the rise.
Absolutely. We can't appreciate y'all enough. Thank y'all so much.
Hey, it's a pleasure. Let's go enjoy this pizza and go hop on the courts here. ASAP.com, Spec Tennis U.S. Open. Welcome back here to beautiful Coral Springs, Florida. We're at the Country Club of Coral Springs. I'm Harry Chickma alongside Nate Gross, the founder of Spec Tennis, and you're watching the Men's Doubles Championship on center court for the Spec Tennis US Open. And if you're just joining us, Tony Alzuru and Oscar Delgado from South Florida winning the first set 4-2 against Jorge Yegres and Jorge Yegres Jr., also from South Florida. And this has been one heck of a battle.
Now, the father and son duo showing no emotion in that first set. We'll see how they start off this second set. I feel like they're pretty composed, and that first set was competitive, even though it didn't go their way.
Nate played in the men's singles championship match and also played Division I college tennis at Idaho State, so you're no stranger to big-time racket sports. And to see this amazing vision come to life here after 6 years of Spec Tennis, national TV, fans loving it, just outside of Miami, and world-class competition. And that's what Yegres does so well. He's been putting those overheads away at ease.
Very hard to get it over his head. I mean, it's almost like a desperation shot. Put it up in the air and hope that he misses it. Otherwise, we got to try to keep that ball low to him or to Yegres Sr.
2-love here. Yegres Sr. serving to the deuce court. Unbelievable. Another overhead for Yegres Jr. And the fans want to see 3 sets here. The Yegres is making a case. They're up 3-love, 4 game points.
That was amazing. Oscar went back like Jorge was going to hit a hard overhead, and then Jorge just angled it off the court into the side fence.
And there's the first game. Yegres Jr. stepping it up. They're not shaken up by losing that first set 4-2. They know they can come back in the blink of an eye.
Exactly. They're just getting started, I believe.
And there's a put away.
Tony with a really nice angle volley there. That's one thing that's effective, especially when you have both teams back at the baseline, both players at the baseline, is that angle volley and hope that they pop that next one up a little bit for you.
Here's Tony, 1-love, serving to the ad court. Oh, tough one. That net is pretty tight, pretty unforgiving so far. We're all tied at 1 here. And that was a great serve. You can see Nate just in the corner, a lot of spin. 2-1.
Almost pinned him to the back fence with that serve. I really like how Yegres Jr. stepped in when his father hit that low dipper, so then he could take that next one as a volley and take away the time from the other team.
And once again, Tony using that angle, but this time Yegres Sr. was there on the return. 2-3 break point. And that is a huge volley. 1 break point saved, and now we're going to no ad. This point wins the game. Crunch time on center court. And Yegres Jr. looks like he wants it, so if they win this point, they're up 2-love. If they lose, we're all tied at 1. And there it is. The break goes right to the Yegreses. They drop the first set, but they're up 2-love here in the men's doubles championship at the U.S. Open.
Looks like Yegres Jr. has been taking the speed off of that return a little bit. What do you think? Since the first set, and that's been really effective.
I think they're looking very strong right now. But again, things move so quickly, and this is the game. Oh. Tell you what, that was a great play on the lob because the wind is blowing right now. It's picked up quite a bit. And it looks like Tony and Oscar are playing that love 1 here.
And again, that lob was hit with great touch on the previous point. Putting the ball up that high in the air, it tends to travel further, so really impressed with the touch from these players.
Once again, the Yegres is playing that net so well, taking the angle away as they're up 2-1 here. Also up a break, 2-love. And it would be huge for them to go up 3-love.
Yeah, it's tough to come back from a 3-0 lead. I've seen it done before, but I think they're in command of this set if they win this next point.
And you know, as a Spec tennis champion, but also a great tennis player in Division I, if you win the second set, you have the momentum in the third. So things are looking very good for the Yegreses.
They've definitely elevated their level here in this second set. Tony once again getting pushed back into the fence with a very nice effort to retrieve that overhead. Unfortunately, not enough room.
Well, no problem in that game. Here we are, 3-love in the second set. The Yegreses dropped the first set 4-2, but they're up 3-love here, 1 game away, just 4 points away from going to a third and decisive set here on center court. So tough with the wind. Great playing there from the Yegreses, just 3 points away now.
Wind plus Oscar has a little bit of sun on this side on the overhead as well, so it can be a very good strategy to lob from the far side. It's the first missed return from Yegres Jr. in a while.
1-all. Oscar serving in the deuce court. And now 2-1, good serve. Seems like a little bit of a mental lapse from the Yegreses these last 2 points, which is okay because they can still serve in the next game for the set.
I've found that in these situations, though, you really want to keep the gas pedal on, close out that set 4-0, because giving the other team any hope, I've seen comebacks down 3-0.
Just missed a serve there, so it's 2-all. Another serve missed. Now 2-3 double set point here for the Yegreses.
If they win on this point, they've just played a flawless set.
Ooh, just hitting the top of the net. So now this point wins the game. Never a dull moment in Spec tennis. We have deuce, and it looks like Yegres Jr. wants it. Set point yet again. Unbelievable half volley. Jorge Yegres Jr. and Jorge Yegres Sr. fight back, and they win the second set 4-love as we now go to a third and decisive set. Harry Chickma alongside Nate Gross. We'll be right back with the championship third set coming up here at the U.S. Open in Coral Springs, Florida. Well, thanks to Tommy Angel and ASAP.com for making this all possible. The Spec Tennis U.S. Open Championships. I was just in the TV booth, national televised broadcast, and you ordered my pizza. Thank you so much.
Well, of course, man. It's fun. Isn't it beautiful out here? It's gorgeous. It's a blast. And what's wrong with pizza, man? Nothing wrong with pizza.
But the thing is, tell me about ASAP.com. It's not only pizza. You can order a lot of things. So tell me all about this.
Absolutely, yeah. So basically, we're a food delivery service, and we can deliver anything from food, different things from grocery stores, anything from liquor stores sometimes, as well. But the most part of all is that we're local. We're here on the ground right now, in South Florida.
But you're also in 39 other
We're in
states.
39 other states right now. Yes, absolutely. ASAP.com.
So here I was, doing the announcing, and all of a sudden my pizza comes. So tell me about really the process if you want to order from ASAP.com.
Absolutely. You take one of these promo codes right here, scan this QR code, you download our app, okay? Make an account, and you just pick for whatever's around you, and you'll see everything you can imagine around you.
Unbelievable. I really want to eat this pizza, but also I want to thank ASAP.com helping to make the U.S. Open possible here with Spec Tennis. This sport's on the rise. I know ASAP.com is also on the rise.
Absolutely. We can't appreciate y'all enough. Thank y'all so much.
Hey, it's a pleasure. Let's go enjoy this pizza and go hop on the courts here. ASAP.com, Spec Tennis U.S. Open. Welcome back to Coral Springs, Florida here, the Country Club of Coral Springs. I'm Harry Chickma alongside Nate Gross, the founder of Spec Tennis and this great U.S. Open Spec Tennis Championship, and we are watching masterful athleticism out here on center court. Jorge Yegres Jr., Jorge Yegres Sr. winning the second set 4-love, but it was Tony Alzuru and Oscar Delgado winning the first set 4-2.
And Jorge's really just put on a show in that second set. Let's see if it's the same story in this set or if Oscar and Tony can get it back together.
Once again, there's no tiebreaker here at 3-all. Nice serve there from Yegres Sr. No tiebreaker here, so if this comes to 3-all, next game wins up to 4 points, no ad. So a lot of drama.
So fun to play, so fun to watch because of that drama at 3-all.
Meanwhile, the Yegreses haven't lost a game since the first set, so a lot of pressure now on Tony and Oscar to fight back and get some momentum.
Another huge forehand volley from Yegres Jr.
And there it is, a solid hold. So here we are, 5 games in a row for the Yegreses with a championship on the line, prize money on the line. Big time opportunity now for Tony and Oscar to stop the bleeding.
I think we need to see something from Tony in this game. Otherwise, it's going to get away from them. Already started off with a missed serve there on the first point.
Safe to say this is a must-win game.
Yes.
But then again, in Spec Tennis, things happen so quickly. So I think you know better than anyone, because you're a champion of this sport, you can never give up, right?
Never give up. I've seen the craziest of comebacks. I've seen matches decided on the last point, 3-all in the final set.
Now it's 1-2. Give Tony credit there, keeping his composure. Still down 1-2, big point. You have to critique that. Those were 2 missed returns. You feel like the Yegreses just had to make them play. All of a sudden, 2-all, back in this game.
Agreed, and Tony hasn't changed the pace of play at all. He's been playing fast in between points, and that's one of the things I like to do is things aren't going well, take a little more time in between my serve, and I felt that the Yegreses could have really capitalized on Tony just getting up to the line and serving right away.
Well, 3-2, double game point.
Incredible passing shot off the back foot. Typically, especially at the lower levels, you recommend lobbing a shot when you have to move backwards, but it's just incredible athleticism there from Yegres Jr.
Well, here we are, game point here, no ad. And there it is, Yegres Jr. stepping it up at the net, and he hits the ground, but it's 2-love. Yegres as they will serve in the near court, 2 games away from hoisting the U.S. Open trophy.
That's got to be mentally tough on Tony and Oscar, because what do you have to do to win the point? Jorge's just up there, can't get anything by him as a winner.
And that was a really agonizing game for both sides. And here we are, Yegres Jr. serving in the near court. Smart play, taking some pace off the ball. You just feel like they took a step back, a breather, up 1-love.
And that's often a strategy on a first volley, is that sometimes the other team hits it so hard at you, you're just trying to deflect it. You're not trying to win the point on that first volley. You just want to live to fight another day.
And that's what the Yegreses do so well. Great put away. And now they're up 3-love, 4 game points. Great return there. Nice serve, smooth. So it's 3-love Yegreses. They have not lost a game since the opening set, looking to go with a double bagel in the last two sets.
7 games in a row. I didn't think that this would be the outcome of the match. We'll see how Oscar and Tony respond.
Well, they're playing very solid tennis here, Spec tennis. And Oscar serving now in the far court, trying to stay alive in the men's championship. 3 points away, though, from the title. The Yegreses on a steaming train here.
Another incredible return from Yegres Jr. and a great effort from Tony as well. I thought he was going to make that ball over the net.
Great point, and now championship point for these guys.
Incredible. Their level has not slowed down at all since that start of that second set. Very few unforced errors.
Ball was good. Can't blame them for that, though. They wanted that ball to be out. They wanted the title, but that one was in.
That Oscar, sigh of relief there. Live for another point. Tony with a really good pressure overhead there.
Can't blame them. Can't blame. Those were 2 nervous points. Understandable with the U.S. Open title on the line. And there it is. Very gutsy playing there.
Won 3 in a row. Let's see what they do here.
Still championship point, though. And there it is. The championship goes to Yegres and Yegres Jr. They lost the first set 2-4, but then they go 4-love, 4-love to take the title. You hear the fans going crazy. Nate, what a win. The winners of the U.S. Open, Yegres Sr., Yegres Jr. Jorge, congratulations on the win. So you guys dropped the first set 2-4,
Yeah.
but then you won 4-love, 4-love. How did you do it?
I think it was just communicating with each other. We knew what we had to do on the match. It was just a matter of trying to play better than them. But they are such a good team that we were scared for sure on the second set when we started, because it was accelerating, the cameras, everything. We're not used to it, but it was so much fun, and we just appreciate playing this tournament.
And are you excited?
A lot.
It means a lot. So
Yeah.
what exactly led to the comeback? I mean, I know you were nervous. How were you able to win 8 games in a row?
It was more of putting the ball on the other side, making one of them miss, coming more to the net. I wanted to be a little bit more aggressive, and I told my dad to stay a little bit behind the line, trying to just give us another shot to be defensive, and that helped a lot for sure.
Well, this truly has been an amazing atmosphere at the Spec Tennis US Open presented by ASAP.com. I'm Harry Chickma. Welcome back. We saw the men's doubles finals. Let's now head back to center court for highlights of the women's doubles, also the men's singles and mixed doubles championships. Harry Chickma alongside Nate Gross, the founder of Spec Tennis and the Spec Tennis US Open, and we're watching Vanessa Haller and Carmen Sorville taking on Young Hung Chen and Gabriela Vashelboin in the Women's Doubles Championship. Prize money on the line, and there's a winner from Carmen Sorville, and they took the opening set 4-1, serving now up 1-love in the second set.
Really like that volley exchange there. That was super exciting.
And now the momentum definitely on the side of Haller and Sorville.
This ref is changing at every point. He needs to change it every game. Sorry.
Now 2-all. This would be huge for Young Hung Chen and Gabriela Vashelboin to come out with a break after dropping that first set. Opportunity here, 2 points away from the break.
They look really focused to start this second set. And that's a beautiful topspin forehand dipper from Gabby.
And now double break point here. Gabriela returning in the ad court. Unbelievable play there. Carmen stepping it up, and that was not easy. They had to dig out a couple half volleys to keep that point alive. We're all tied at 3.
Really good start to this opening game. I like that Gabby and Young Hung are putting a lot of pressure on Carmen and Vanessa. Even if they don't win this game, they've started good momentum, better than that first set.
So this is a no-ad game point for both teams, and Gabriela wants it in the deuce court. Winner of this point wins the first game of the second set. An unbelievable shot from Gabriela as they take the break. They're up 1-love.
She looks like she's getting a lot more confidence in that topspin forehand, especially on the return now.
And very gutsy performance there after dropping the first set. Now Gabriela serving in the far court.
Vanessa impresses me. She looks really comfortable in no man's land. I keep thinking she's out of position, but then she ends up playing a really good volley.
As I mentioned, Vanessa and Carmen, both very big forces up there at net.
Young Hung didn't quite get that paddle into a good overhead position. It was kind of a hybrid, so she couldn't hit down on the ball.
Well, love too here. A little bit of an opening for Vanessa and Carmen to try to break back, get back on serve. A nice low return there. Sorville with the finesse as we have 4 break points.
I think that's on Young Hung. She has to do a better job of getting up to the net faster there, especially when she's not serving.
Big point here to get back on serve. So much pace. And there it is, the break back to Haller and Sorville as we're all tied at 1 in this second set. Things really heating up here. Well, thanks to Tommy Angel and ASAP.com for making this all possible. The Spec Tennis US Open Championships. I was just in the TV booth, national televised broadcast, and you ordered my pizza. Thank you so much.
Well, of course, man. It's fun. Isn't it beautiful out here? It's gorgeous. It's a blast. And what's wrong with pizza, man? Nothing wrong with pizza.
The thing is, tell me about ASAP.com. It's not only pizza. You can order a lot of things. So tell me all about this.
Absolutely, yeah. So basically, we're a food delivery service, and we can deliver anything from food, different things from grocery stores, anything from liquor stores sometimes, as well. But the most part of all is that we're local. We're here on the ground right now, in South Florida.
But you're also in 39 other
We're in
states.
39 other states right now. Yes, absolutely. ASAP.com.
So here I was, doing the announcing, and all of a sudden my pizza comes. So tell me about really the process if you want to order from ASAP.com.
Absolutely. You take one of these promo codes right here, scan this QR code, you download our app, okay? Make an account, and you just pick for whatever's around you, and you'll see everything you can imagine around you.
Unbelievable. I really want to eat this pizza, but also I want to thank ASAP.com helping to make the US Open possible here with Spec Tennis. This sport's on the rise. I know ASAP.com is also on the rise.
Absolutely. We can't appreciate y'all enough. Thank y'all so much.
Hey, it's a pleasure. Let's go enjoy this pizza and go hop on the courts here. ASAP.com, Spec Tennis US Open. Championship on the line.
Both teams look really calm. Neither team's showing emotion, celebrating whether they win or lose. I like their demeanor.
Love one.
Young Hung got really close to the net that time, which made Carmen think that she needed to barely clear the net on her shot. I like that play from Young Hung.
Nice play yet again. The inside out forehand. It looked like Vanessa was handcuffed, but she found the strength to bring it to 1-all. Oh, that's the shot of the match. Rips the backhand up the line. 2-1. Ooh, Gabriella answers, and Carmen is a lefty, so I think that's also an element that really helps her team. I mean, they can hit you from all different angles. Of course, the lefty spin, a la Rafael Nadal. But in that situation, Gabriella just took the net away.
I was waiting for that to happen because she had a few chances before that she didn't convert on.
Oh, great lob. Game point here for Vanessa and Carmen.
Decent overhead by Young Hung or Gabby. I'm not sure who actually hit that, but if they get that landing spot a little shorter, then I think they can bounce it over the other team's head on the overhead.
3-2 here. And there's the game point. Another forehand put away, the short ball for Haller. And that's the game. So they're up 2-1 here in the second set, and it's been very competitive. Both teams clearly warmed up, fighting for the US Open crown.
Vanessa and Carmen playing an interesting style as well because they don't seem in a hurry to get to the net. They're very comfortable playing from no man's land, playing from the baseline, and still having success, even with the other team at the net.
Do you like that strategy in this sport? Is it okay to hang back, or is it really much better to come up?
I think you can be successful in both, especially if you're really confident in your serve return, keeping that first ball low. In fact, against some players, I like to stay back myself just because I know if they're going to return the ball right at my feet, I might have a better opportunity off a ground stroke, especially on my forehand.
1-all. Young Hung serving to the deuce court. Huge game here. Oh, missed opportunity. Carmen knows she had it on her racket, and that would have opened this game up, but now it's 2 serving 1.
This game's really going to be a turning point in this match. I think Young Hung and Gabby need to win this game to keep themselves competitive here.
Oh, great touch. She had a second opportunity there, and this time Carmen executes. We're all tied at 2.
I saw Carmen and Vanessa practicing that exact shot in the warm-up. They were standing in mid-court, hitting these soft drop shots to each other. That really paid dividends.
That forehand sort of breaking down a little bit right now for Sorville. She's missed 2 out of the last 3. Maybe it's the nerves.
She took off the sunglasses as well and put them on the bench.
Gutsy shot. It goes long. So there is the game.
Like to see a little more acceleration from Vanessa there. She looked a little unsure. That acceleration can help put some topspin on the ball, which brings the ball down into the court.
So now it's 2-all. This is a big opportunity. A break here would give Gabriella and Young Hung an opportunity to serve for the set. Stakes riding high.
Gabby hit a really good ball down to Carmen's feet. I would have liked to see her close on the net there and take the next ball out of the air.
Absolutely, a little off balance. Now 1-love. Carmen serving. See how she does with this lefty spin. And that's exactly what she did. A little in, handcuffing Young Hung. It's so hard with the lefty hook there to the ad court.
Especially in practice when you might not be practicing with lefties on a regular basis. You face it for the first time in a match.
Oh, great dig. Oh,
Young Hung was the star at that point, hanging in there on those tough volleys coming at her fast. And I think that might have been the first time we saw Gabby hit a slice. What do you think, Harry?
yeah, it is. And just goes to show the focus you need. Both players at net, but Young hung tough. And now we have a break point opportunity here.
Great low backhand return from Young Hung. The ball was falling as it was crossing the net, making a very difficult first volley for Carmen.
1-3, so huge break points coming up. Very smart. She took a little bit off that serve. Once again, going into the body of Gabriella. So 2-3, still down, double break point. Do they have enough to come back? Ooh. Great shot. Unbelievable. Both teams up at the net, but just enough to bring it now to deuce.
That was really tough by Gabby. I mean, she's missed a couple of those high volleys, so I understand maybe she didn't go for as much power on those, but I think one of those she could have hit maybe a little faster and won that point.
The winner of this point wins the game. Oh, what a serve by Young Hung. And they're still going. 3-2, they're saying. So now we have a no-ad situation. So this, here it is.
It's 2.
Okay, 2-1 here.
Great offense there from Gabby, really taking advantage, going for a shot that was ungettable.
Well, Gabby has that power. I mean, she's small in build, but she has so much force at the net and from the ground. She showcased it there.
And quick first step to the ball as well.
I'd like to say this is a big point, but every point is big in Spec tennis. Great half volley, handcuffing Carmen. And there's the game, so a strong hold. Vanessa serving with her back against the wall, and
Didn't quite finish that swing to get the topspin on it.
One love. Great play there. Excellent poach, and
Ball looked like it hit the ground first before it went over the net. So point for
one
Young
all.
Hung.
Absolutely. Fantastic knee bend there. 2-1. Carmen once again a force at the net. Strong service game here.
And the way that Vanessa's serving, I don't know if the returner's partner has a good chance coming to the net right away.
3-1, big serve, game point. And there it is. The championship goes to Carmen Sorville and Vanessa Holler. Both teams giving it their all, fitting for this Spec Tennis US Open. Well, congratulations to our Spec Tennis US Open champions here in Coral Springs, Florida. This has truly been an amazing event. We hope you enjoyed the action here on center court. For the rest of the staff, I'm Harry Chickma. Thanks for joining us, and so long from paradise in South Florida.